All right, let's talk about something that might ruffle a few feathers. I don't believe that obedience training, at least the way most people think about it, is the magic key to a well-behaved dog. There, I said it. Now, before anyone goes grabbing their pitchforks and their clickers, hear me out. I'm not anti-training, I'm anti-robot. Because somewhere along the way, we decided that if we could just get our dogs to sit, stay, come, heel, like they're auditioning for the canine military, everything would magically fall into place. But here's the thing. You can teach your dog to sit like a statue in your living room and yet still have them completely unravel the second a squirrel shows up like it's Coachella for wildlife. That's not a discipline issue, that's a disconnect issue. Now here's the big myth. We've been sold this idea that obedience equals reliability. If the dog knows the commands, you're good to go. But knowing a command and understanding a situation are two very different things. That's like memorizing lines for a play in rehearsal and then completely freezing when someone improvises. Or like knowing how to drive in an empty parking lot, but panicking the second you merge into a 4-lane motorway. Now, most dogs don't fail because they're stubborn. They fail because their environment has changed. And we only trained them for perfect weather. So what happens when we over-focus on obedience? Well, here's what I see all the time. A dog can perform commands beautifully as long as the world is calm and predictable. But add excitement, fear, overstimulation, and it's like trying to use Wi-Fi with 1 bar of signal. You're yelling, come here, whilst your dog is just buffering. And that is because obedience drills don't automatically teach emotional regulation. They don't build resilience. And they definitely don't help teach a dog how to process chaos. And life, I'm sorry to tell you, but life really doesn't care about your little training bubble. So what do I focus on instead? Now, I focus on understanding. I focus on a relationship. And I focus on building a dog that doesn't just respond to words, but a dog that understands how to exist in the real world. And instead of asking, how do I make my dog listen? I ask, how can I make this make sense to my dog? And that's because when something makes sense, you don't have to micromanage it. Think about it. If your boss just barked random instructions at you all day without context, you'd either quit or start hiding in the bathroom. But if someone explains the bigger picture, then you're invested. Now, dogs are the same. When we build clarity first, obedience then becomes a byproduct, not a battlefield. Now, I'm going to give you the shift that will change everything for you. Now, traditional obedience says, do this because I said so. But connection-based training, now that says, let me show you why this matters. Now, one creates compliance and one creates a partnership. And it's the partnership that is the most powerful. Because when your dog trusts you, when they look to you in a moment of uncertainty, instead of scanning for the nearest squirrel grave, that's not obedience. That is teamwork. That's communication. That is your dog choosing you over any distraction. And that, you can't force that. Now, I'm not saying obedience is a bad thing. It's actually amazing to have. It's just incomplete on its own. It's like having all the ingredients for a cake and then forgetting to turn on the oven. The connection with your dog, that's heat. And the understanding that your dog has with you, now that's the structure. And trust, well, That's the thing that's holding your whole cake together. And when all of these pieces are in place, the sit works, the come works, the leave it works. Not because your dog is scared to not comply, but because responding to you feels safe, clear, and worthwhile. Now, if you're someone that has ever said, but they know this command, I want you to pause and ask, do they know the word? Or do they understand the moment? Because when you train for the moment, not just the word, everything changes. And that is when your dog stops being a student taking orders and starts being your partner who actually gets it. And for those out there who are struggling with a reactive dog and you have got tons of obedience under your belt, but still, as soon as they see next door's poodle with its giant afro, they kick off like it's the next World Cup game, then I want you to download our free Kickstarter to curbing your dog's reactivity. Now, this is a limited time offer. This Kickstarter is normally something that you would have to pay for, but right now we are giving it away completely free only until the end of February. So make sure to click the link below or comment the word fudge cake and we will send you your free guide and also the link to join our WhatsApp community as well, where you will get loads of free tips, tricks and support from myself and others who are in the same position as you. And also remember to like, subscribe, share for more honest myth-breaking truths about dog training. See you next time.